The Chicago Bears fall to 3-2 on the year as they lose to the Oakland Raiders 24-21. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, talking some Chicago Bears. Here to give you guys my post-game recap for the Bears game versus the Raiders. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, folks. I really appreciate that. If you do so, support me by going ahead and clicking the subscribe button down below and turning on my post notification by clicking the bell icon down below, folks. I post every single week, every single day. You don't want to miss out on the content, and reach me out on my social media links down below for my Instagram and my Twitter. You guys can hear my thoughts, reach out to me, ask questions, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys. With that being said, let's talk about this game, folks, because a lot of people thought that the Bears should have won this game fairly easily, and of course they dropped this. So I've got a lot to talk about, Let's get started. So you guys know where I'm gonna start, and you guys want me to start there, okay? There's a lot to talk about, of course, but the elephant in the room is the play of the quarterback, Chase Daniel, okay? Our backup quarterback, who after last week when we beat our division rival Minnesota Vikings, I had a bunch of you guys and a bunch of other people in my mentions talking about Fies. Chase is better than Mitch. Chase should be our starting quarterback. He looked a lot better. And I came on right here in my post-game recap after that game and I said, Chase looked good. He ran the offense very well, looked very comfortable. But I've seen this movie before, and I know how it ends. It ends in him breaking your heart and making you think that he's a starting quarterback when he's not, folks, okay? And I hate to lecture you guys on this. I really do. And I'm only talking to the pro-Chase crowd. I'm not anti-Chase here. But this is like when your parents tell you, hey, don't go down that road. It's not a good road. Bad things can happen. There's a ditch there. You might fall in it. And you're like, I don't know. And then you go down the road and lo and behold, you fall in that ditch. And you come back and you know your parents were right. Well, here's the thing, folks. I'm telling you, Chase Daniel is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a backup for a reason. A very good backup. One of the better backups that we have in the NFL. I mean, if you take a look at certain backups in this league, look at the backup for the New York Jets. I mean, he is awful, okay? Like, literally awful. So Chase is one of the better backups, and that's what he is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But stop trying to make Chase what he's not, which is a starting quarterback in the NFL. Now, let's take a look at the numbers today. 22 for 30 for 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Not an awful performance. Really, it wasn't. They got off to a slow start. Of course, we know the Raiders offense scored 14 quick points. I will get to the Bears defense real soon. Don't you worry about that. But let's just keep talking about Chase. So the offense got off to a slow start, but then they picked up steam. Chase made some very nice throws, got Anthony Miller involved, Allen Robinson. So he did have a decent game, but the 2 interceptions, I mean, if you want to talk about predictable, folks, they were god awful. I don't remember Mitch throwing an interception that bad, okay? The first one, literally, it was so easy that Chase was going for that certain read, and, the Raiders defender picks it off. And then the second one, the backbreaker, which ends the game, he throws into triple coverage, and it's just Raiders everywhere. And looking at the replay, Chase should not have thrown that ball. Obviously, time's running out, but you can live to fight another down, and Chase just makes a boneheaded decision, and he throws the game away, folks. So, to me, here's the thing. Chase is a backup quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he's absolutely not better than Mitchell Trubisky. He's not close. Mitch Trubisky is our starting quarterback. Let's just end the debate now, folks. I don't want to deal with this anymore, okay? Mitch is our starting quarterback and will be our starter once the bye week is over and he comes back against New Orleans Saints in week 7. But I'm here to tell you right now, okay? I saw this movie last year. That's how I knew this, folks. Okay, last year, the same thing happened. So don't fall for the trap. I told you guys about it, and let's move forward, okay? We know Mitch is our starter, okay? Let's move forward now and talk about the rest of the offense. Now, Allen Robinson, phenomenal with 7 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, folks. I mean, A-Rob is one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL that we have today. I love Allen Robinson, folks. He is so damn good. So just another phenomenal game from him. Welcome back, Anthony Miller. 4 catches for 52 yards. And a great catch down the right sideline when Chase just threw it up for him to grab over the DB, and he just pulls it out of him, and good things happen when you throw Anthony Miller the football. I'm so glad the Bears got him involved again. Where has he been, folks? We need to get Anthony Miller the football more. Of course, got to give props to Tariq Cohen on that 71-yard return. Kick return, which was phenomenal, which put us in scoring position, and that led to the Chase to Allen Robinson touchdown in the red zone. Now, that was positive. Negative, the run game. David Montgomery, 11 rushes for 25 yards and a touchdown. This Bears offensive line played awful today. There's no other way to put it. They were putrid. They played awful. 4 sacks allowed. And just no holes for the run game. I mean, David Montgomery was just running into brick walls. He did have a touchdown, but that was because we were put in scoring position and he just had to punch it in. But I'm just not liking this. Bears running game is broken, folks. It's 5 weeks into the season now, and we can't get a consistent run game going. I've been hammering home this point every single week in my keys to the game. Run the damn football, and it just doesn't happen, folks. Okay, 11 carries is not enough, certainly. I want 15 to 20 carries every single game for David Montgomery, and then taking a look at the fact that the Bears' offensive line cannot run block and even pass protect today. I mean, they were just flat out awful. So I need the Bears' offensive line to step up. I need this Bears running game to be fixed, and this needs to happen quick, fast, in a hurry. Thank God we've got a bye coming up to obviously look at all these issues. I'll be making videos to talk about all that. But overall, from an offensive perspective, the summary to the game is Chase is who we thought he was, a backup quarterback. Allen Robinson, of course, our stud receiver. Anthony Miller, we need to get him more involved. David Montgomery, the run game needs to get going, and the offensive line needs to play much better. Now let's talk about the defense, because here's the thing. I'm very, easy on the Bears defense in the sense that we know how good this Bears defense is, and I don't want to give them a lot of flack because, again, this Bears defense shows up and shows out every week. And so if they have one bad game, you don't want to just pile on them, right? It's like a good quarterback. If Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, have 7 great games and they have one letdown game, they're allowed that. Now, with the Bears defense, obviously, you don't like what you saw today. No sacks, okay? They did have 2 fumbles, but they allowed 169 rushing yards, 229 passing yards. Folks, Josh Jacobs had the game of his life. 26 carries for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bears' run defense is very good. So I don't know where the heck this came from. Now, I told you in my preview video, the Raiders' offensive weapons are very limited in terms of who they throw to, but those limited weapons are talented. I'm talking about Josh Jacobs, talking about Darren Waller, Tyrell Williams. Now, Tyrell Williams did not suit up, obviously, but you had Darren Waller and you had Josh Jacobs. But it was really just Josh Jacobs. He went off, okay? The passing game, Foster Moreau, their backup tight end, led them in receiving. So the pass game, we shut that down. Derek Carr, 0 touchdowns. But my God, the run game was absolutely destroying this Bears defense. Our run defense was getting shredded. Boy, we look like the Packers defense out there that's been getting shredded by the run. My God, this needs to get fixed real quick in a hurry. I told you we cannot take this Raiders team lightly. I think I predicted the score 21-18. And folks were in my mentions talking about the Raiders offense is going to put up 18 points on the Bears defense. Folks, they put up 24. Okay, this Raiders team is not a pushover, okay? Now they're 3-2 on the year, the same record as the Chicago Bears. So again, this Raiders team is not meant to be taken lightly. They're not the joke that they were last year, and we paid for it, okay? That's what happened. Now, hopefully, we can obviously rebound after this bye week and address our situation. But just an absolute horrid performance from our run defense. I can't believe Josh Jacobs did that to the Bears defense. So, overall, just not happy with what they did. But again, I don't want to be too hard on the Bears defense because they still show up and they still show out every single week. They're afforded to have a bad week or two here and there. But obviously you don't like what you saw from the run defense. So my overall thoughts were 3-2 through 5 weeks heading into the bye. And we've got a brutal schedule coming, folks. We've got the Saints. We've got the Chargers. Folks, we've got some tough teams. This is not going to be easy. Mitch Trubisky is expected to be back for Week 7 against the Saints, and thank God, because we need him bad. So obviously, I'm feeling decent. The 2 losses we had with the Packers and then with the Raiders, I mean, with the Packers, really no shame in that. We could have won that game. And with the Raiders, we could have won this game too. We lost our 2 games by a touchdown and a field goal. So still feel optimistic. I still feel pretty good. I still feel like we're absolutely a playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. But this next series of games, now this is really going to test us. Now we get to go up against Super Bowl contending playoff teams like the Saints, like the Chargers, the Chiefs. Like, these are some very tough teams coming up. So the Bears are going to have their work cut out for them. We are going to need to perform both on the offense and the defense side of the ball. And obviously with the coaching as well. I didn't speak a lot about Matt Nagy today because I just felt like he called an okay game. It wasn't like amazing, wasn't, awful. I thought it was okay. But for the most part, I'm really looking forward to see how this Bears team performs, because this next, I would say, 5-6 game stretch of our season's going to determine our season pretty much, whether or not we make the playoffs and whether or not we can make some noise. So there you have it, folks. The Bears lose to the Raiders 24-21. And we're 3-2 on the year. So let's see what happens moving forward. We've got a very tough schedule. As I mentioned, let me know what you guys think. How are you guys feeling? Optimistic, pessimistic, just okay? Are you feeling good or bad? Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, folks. Please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.